Hey everyone, welcome back to another Godzilla Battleline video, and today I am building a deck for you guys. Now, why am I building a deck? I don't really build deck videos, and this isn't me showcasing like a specific deck and strategy. This is me answering questions that I was getting all of yesterday. I put out a video talking about how building a deck around 4-star units is the new meta. Well, I got a lot of questions on Facebook and Discord and in the YouTube comments especially saying, hey, I'm going to use this leader. Who should I use with them? I'm going to do this. What do I need to pair with that? So this isn't going to be a one-stop shop for you guys, but this is going to be... I'm going to be building a deck, and you guys are just going to sit there and watch how I do it, and I'm just going to go through my process as I build it, and then we're going to take it into battle, and we're going to see how it performs. Hopefully we win something, right? So I'm going to be building a Biollante deck. Maybe you could tell by the big Biollante poster on screen. And the current map in rotation for the hour is New York. So New York, regardless of day or night, has one bridge in the middle, 2 boroughs on either side. The Statue of Liberty on the left doesn't matter. But there's the most important thing for a Biollante deck, or one of them, is water. Right? There's 2 huge lanes of water reaching halfway to the map. And then there is the middle of the map that has the bridge, and that bridge can be destroyed, which opens up a channel of water right in the middle. Okay, so keeping that in mind for Biollante deck, water on both sides and right in the middle. What other decks, or I guess not decks, what other maps can we find water on that'll be good for Biollante? Well, we can preview some of them here. We can look through. The best one, London, right up the middle. Any unit you throw in that water and you use that bio buff on, 300% speed boost. Going right up the middle. The second is, I guess I can't show it to you here, but it's Skull Island. And Skull Island functions the same as the map from the All-Star Battles, where it's a strip of land in the middle and 2 lanes of water going all the way to the top on both sides, left and right. It's not in rotation anymore, but it was basically the same layout of the All-Star Battle. So, let's go to our deck. And let's go to the one that we're going to be building. Oh, look at this bad deck that I have. Oh, it's almost like it was planned to be here. So I already said I'm going to use Biollante as my leader. Where is she? Let's take a look. Let's put her in the leader slot. Let's take a look at her stats. Right? Mine's level 7, on the verge of being level 8. Pretty good HPs, whatever. Range damage, whatever. The attack speed is kind of slow. But honestly, we're not really wanting to keep the enemies close to Biollante, right? We're going to want to keep them far away. And that's because she gives a buff to ranged units. And I already talked about the water buff. She also gives a really good buff to ranged units, so let's talk about it. Acid Slap, 1 energy cost, which is phenomenal. Cooldown 60 seconds. Deals 200 damage in a straight line, and increases the movement speed in bodies of water of allied ground units on the battlefield by 300%. So this can be G89, Mecha Godzilla, Kiryu, Hedorah mature form. Whatever unit is touching the ground, feet on the ground, is going to get 300% movement speed in water. And increase attack damage dealt... and increases damage dealt of allied long-range attacking units on the battlefield by 20% for 45 seconds. 45 seconds is huge. That means by the time you activate the ability and the ability is ready to be done, you'll... Okay. 45 seconds, right? You use your ability, 45 seconds. What is it? 15 seconds later, you can use it again? Right? The cooldown for this ability is 60 seconds. This is 45 seconds. After you use this ability, wait 15 seconds, you can do it a second time. Incredible. And for long-range units like Ultima, who's ruling the meta right now, that is absolutely something we want to take advantage of. So, what units can we use? Oh, but I should say on a side note that Gigan leader ability also does speed. Gigan's leader ability, it just says... and raises the movement speed of allied ground units in the battlefield to Gigan's movement speed. And Gigan is really fast as a unit. He just says movement speed fast, so we don't have any rough percentage on what that is, but he is a fast mover. So if you're just going for something that is like a blitz style deck that doesn't involve water, you can use Gigan instead. But I'm using Biollante because I want to give ranged units a really good buff every minute. So what are the ranged units that we can be using? So I'm definitely slotting in Ultima into my deck, and he probably is going to remain one of my most expensive pieces. Ultima is basically dominating the meta right now. He's super strong, has great range, and it is definitely something that we're going to be using. Next, I want to put Super X in here. Super X, mine's a little low level. I've been at 19 out of 20 shards for Super X for like 3 weeks now. But Super X has the highest range in the game, small damage, and a 2.5 second attack speed. It can take like 1 or 2 hits before it goes down, but because it has such a long range, it'll stay far enough back that it can take some shots off before it even gets targeted, right? So that's something that we're going to definitely take a look at. Manila as well. Manila is probably one of the best units in the game. 2 cost. Fast attack speed, I believe, right? 2.8 seconds, never mind, slow. But Manila can stun. Manila has the best stun in the game and is really cheap. So that's why we're putting Manila in. Hedera, I'm going to put in Hedera, also very cheap. And the mature form will benefit from the Biollante buff. And we've already discussed Hedera plenty of times on this channel and why she is really, really good. So, I mean, in my opinion, I would slot her into this deck for sure. So these are the ranged units I want to use. Obviously, there are other ranged units. Anyone with the long text, you know, where it says reach long, they'll benefit from the Biollante buff. So if you really wanted to use Kiryu has long reach. You can use Kiryu in this deck. Fire Rodan, not the normal Rodan because it's a peck attack, but Fire Rodan has a beam and it's long range. You can use that as well. Godzilla 21, long range with a 20% buff. That can be extremely deadly. I'm not going to be using him in this deck, but you can if you want to. Same goes for Ghidorah. I think Mothra Leo as well. Mothra. Actually, I don't know about Mothra. Nope, medium on Mothra. What about Mothra Leo? Mothra Leo has a I guess medium too. Okay, I thought Mothra Leo's beam was a long range, but I guess not. Anyway. So now that I have the long range units on my team, what can I be doing to protect them, right? I have long range units. What happens when something gets really close? Well, I have a few suggestions. Definitely Godzilla 89. Godzilla 89 is one of the best units in the game. Is a bit expensive, right? So I don't think I'm personally going to put him in this deck. I'll consider it. But I think what I want to do is, because I have Ultima is pretty expensive, but the other long-range units I have are really cheap, I'm thinking about maybe keeping my average cost low and putting in more units that are like 5 energy or lower to help, that I can put out fast to protect my long-range units. So I'm thinking Mega Gearus. I need something in the sky. There's just so many units these days hanging out in the air. You need something that's going to be able to go and just destroy them. Mega Gearus is that unit. Jet Jaguar. I have a level 8 Jet Jaguar, so I'm going to put him in my deck. I know a lot of people don't like using him. I find a lot of success with Jet Jaguar. I'm going to throw him in this deck just for my own reasons. And I'm gonna just try King Caesar. I'm going to go with King Caesar. So this is the deck. We got a 3.8 energy cost. So that's pretty solid. We have a ton of long-range units in here that are really powerful. And then we have 3 units that are going to be protecting them, right? So I'm going to take us into battle. And we're going to see how this deck performs. Alright, so I'm just making some cuts here, because I don't know if you're going to want to watch all the loading. But here we go. Josh Zilla, you are our tester for today. Let's see. Okay, so water on the side. Bio buff is charged. We have some units up for protecting. So what I do is I like to wait for my energy to go up. And I drop Terrestrius on the left. He's got a Mecha Godzilla over there. I'm not particularly worried about Mecha Godzilla at the moment. But we're going to do that, right? We're going to go protect Terrestrius. I might have banked too much on the left side, but I don't want their Terrestrius to evolve, right? That could be a problem. Problem numero uno. Terrestrius evolves. So now my Biollante is under attack. I can use the buff. My treasure has evolved. It just shot Jet Jaguar up that other lane. My units are on the move. Right? See, Manila's doing a lot of damage. That's not damage that Manila normally would be capable of. Super X from super far. That's a lot of hits. Okay, so they got Mothra up. They got Mega Gearus down. Their Hedorah is down. Placing my Ultima. Placing my Hedorah. We're going to take some hits from the Mothra, but that's okay. And we're moving up. Let's get another unit. Maybe I placed them too early, but that's okay because we have such a low-cost deck. We have Manila out under Hedorah, and Mechagodzilla is down. They took some time fighting the King Caesar. Their Hedorah is up, but we're going to take him down in a second. Stunned the Hedorah. Look at that. Down. Terrestrius is coming into focus. Right? We don't want him evolving. Let's use the buff again. Now, these are all my long-range units now are on the field at the same time. And they all have the buff. So let's see how fast this King Ghidorah goes down. Down. And the Hedorah was even doing chip damage against the enemy leader. So take a look at that. King Caesar's running up. Do some damage. This is over. There you have it. That's my Biollante deck. That's how I built it, and this is how I used it. I was just got all my units on the field as fast as I could, and used my buff as often as I could. I used it twice, and as soon as I had all the ranged units on the field at once, that's a really hard wall to break. Ultima is already super strong. Ultima with a 20% damage boost, incredible. Now Ultima followed by a Hedorah, Manila, and a Super X, also with a 20% boost. That is also wild, you know, having all of that range. Now, like I said, you don't have to use all the units that I used, but this is the deck that I built, and honestly, that was a dub. First battle in, that was a dub. I cut this video in case I lost. I could just re-edit it or whatever, but I didn't even need to, you know? That was just a waste of time, I guess, because we just hopped into our first battle and we won, so that was pretty good. I like the deck a lot. I'll throw it back up on screen for you guys again so you can check it out. 3.8 energy cost. Look how fast we got units out. In a pinch, remember how I was like, oh, you know, Ultima, I put him over there, whatever, he's alone. I can get Manila out, boom. Oh, I can get Super X out, boom. You know, it's a pretty low-cost deck. I think maybe, honestly, you could probably, with this deck, swap out Jet Jaguar for the energy collector. It does increase your cost of your deck, but you're getting more energy, so the faster that you can put some of these units out on the field, I think the better off you are, and the faster that you can get your Biollante buff back. Obviously, the Biollante buff is only one energy cost, but as long as you have it, you're good, you know? So maybe this could be even the deck to use, but I hope this video helps you guys. I know it's a little long, but I'm just trying to show you guys how to take advantage of the passive abilities that are there. I guess not passive, but the active abilities when you use your leader skill. I'm trying to show you guys how you can really do that. If you like this video, let me know, because I can always make more videos based on the other leaders in this game if you would like. And I'm going to throw this in the beginner's guide so that you can see that. But that's how I use Biollante. That's how I build my decks. And, you know, now you just watch me play some games. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this, let me know. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I got something special planned for when we hit that. I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.